Welcome back to Dan's Bar. Today we're going way back into the Wayback Machine, back to a drink that predates even the Martini. That's right, today we're going to have the Martinez. Started back in the 1880-somethings, this is a drink that was made up by a bartender, and eventually led its way to become the Martini, the Manhatten. Lots of different drinks can trace the Martinez as their ancestor. So today I'm in my oldest finery, my burnished maroon jacket, a bow tie that I got in high school, shout out to Mr. Kiefer, and we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a Martinez in the most classic way we can. Ordinarily, this would be made with an Old Tom style of gin. Unfortunately, I have no idea what an Old Tom style of gin is, so we're going to be using this one. Apparently, it has more of a fruity element, a little bit sweeter, and I thought a Tanqueray would be a very good substitution for that I happened to have on hand. We're going to go ahead and combine 2 parts of gin with about maybe a little bit more of our Sweet Vermouth, a dash of Maraschino, a dash of bitters, a dash more of different flavored bitters, and we'll be stirring our way to a delightful little cocktail. And so with that, let us go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and get 2 ounces of our gin. Now some recipes do call for 50-50 between your gin and your vermouth. I'm just going to do kind of a light 2-ounce pour of gin and a heavy 1-ounce pour of vermouth, and I think that's going to give us a nice balance between the two. If you happen to want it sweeter, or you want to have the balance shifted, by all means, do what works for you. We do have, by the way, a Dolan vermouth here, which is the oldest Dachambray maker of vermouth. So we're going to go ahead and have the oldest drink with the oldest vermouth and a very classic gin. I thought all of these were just a highly appropriate selection for this evening's cocktail. So a heavy 1+ ounce pour of our vermouth to add into our gin. And then we're just going to put in a dash of our maraschino liqueur. I think recipes were between 1/4 to 1/2 ounce, just enough to give it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of that kick from the maraschino background, but not enough to have that overpower anything else in the cocktail. So just that little dash should be more than sufficient. And because it is the classic, you have to have the Angastora bitters. It is really the standard bitters that have been on the market for a very, very long time. I'm sure it says on here somewhere. I don't care enough to actually look it up, despite the fact that I'm doing so right now. It's been around for quite a while, so we will go ahead and put in a few dashes of our Angastora bitters. I'm also going to put in some cherry bitters. So this one is a sycophant bitters with, orange bitters. Oh. Can't believe I'd make such a tragic mistake. Orange bitters, so this one has orange and fig. It is the only bitters I have that does have orange in it, so we are going to go with that. And this will give us just a little bit more fruity aspect. If you do kind of bring this forward, this is going to be very much akin to your muddled fruit that can go in some more modern cocktails. I think this is more of a led the way to those down the road. With our various ingredients, we're going to go ahead and give that a stir, put it into our coupe, and enjoy our very classic, very old cocktail. Alright, that's about good. I do find myself stirring for much longer in the non-sped up version of the world when I'm doing a stirred cocktail as opposed to a shaken cocktail, just because you don't have quite as much agitation, quite as much breakdown of that to be able to get the same level of coldness into the drink. But I don't know if you can see, there is some frost that's starting to form on the vessel here. That's a good indicator that it is plenty chilled and great to be made into our drink. And we have a coupe, because what better thing to put our old-fashioned cocktail into than an old-fashioned cocktail glass. A little strain, and we will go ahead and see where our cocktail has landed us in the ages of time. Beautiful clear color, which we would not have were this shaken. One of the great benefits of a stirred cocktail, it maintains that clarity right as soon as it's poured into the glass. Let's see where we're at. Oh, that's marvelous. I really like more gin than vermouth. I think if you did do 50-50, I think it would overpower. But this combination, the sweetness balances really nicely with the juniper, with the florals and the citrus that comes in the Rang Pour specifically, but whatever gin you happen to have. And just a touch of the Luxardo Maraschino liqueur, even a little bit less than I put in would also be perfectly fine. But it's really nicely balanced. This is a very, very solid cocktail that comes 130 plus years old. So, you know, the classics work. I hope you're enjoying your cocktails, staying safe, practicing the art of mixology and whatever other fancy things you want to do. And until we chat again, cheers.